Be another serious run. This is where I wish I had a big bag of dandelions to keep the stamina up. This is going to take forever. This is where I built my first village in my very first run through here. Good location. Hunting was plentiful and on the doorstep. Remember, there could be wolves up here, so we don't want to be running our stamina down to empty. More than half empty. Because we need the stamina to draw the bow. So I'm guessing that Alwyn's saying that he'd like to think over the idea of getting a bow and doing something with it. Was the trigger get Unigos to tell us where Sambo lived, but also the trigger to get the guy in the village across the river to tell us that there was a local hunter. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's an animal running across there and I'm not sure what it was. See a rabbit right there in the crosshairs. That's not what was running across. Problem is there's wolves in this area. Not sure what they're like. Well, I'm not sure where they are now. There was wolves in the area. That must be Sambo. That Sambo? That looks like Sambo. Oh, they've roughed him up a lot. Yeah, definitely made him a lot rougher now. Wait a second, look at me in the eye and stop shivering for crying out loud. Huh, black and blue. You're Lorden's family, aren't you? Yes, my name's Rasamir. You must be Sambo then. And how do you know that? I was talking with Unighost. You told me that you were a part of the reminders as well. Part of what now? The pack, the one with Unighost and Lorden. I've never heard this idiotic name in my life. Oh, sorry, maybe I made a mistake. We were called the Undying Fist. Oh my, that's so much worse. That's a whole lot better name. Go for a better name. You're damn right it is. That's because I came up with it. Everyone loved it. No idea why Unighost lied to you like that. Sure, he was just jealous about your creativity. Ah, of course he was, and not only about that. Anyway, I'd love to hear some stories about my uncle and the pack's adventures altogether. That's an amazing coincidence, because I'd love to spend my time telling you the old tales by the crackling fire. Why, really? No, leave my property and forget where it is. Oh, come on. It'll only take a moment of a moment, really. Just tell me, what was my uncle like? How did you become a part of the Undying Fist? And what did you do exactly as the pack? You don't know what we did. Unighost didn't get that part yet. Alright, but be quiet and try to be less annoying. Where should I begin? Right, it all started when Lorden left his home. He was 18 at the time, if I remember correctly. That clever bastard was always too big of a fish for his birthplace, and he knew that. Left as soon as he could. But cleverness at such a young age always means two things, being arrogant and hot-headed. The plan was to set out on a big adventure. That's it, pretty detailed, huh? A path like that is paved with skeletons of young idiots, but none of them was Lorden. Either way, he was wandering for days, days soon turned into weeks, and his rations into dust. He was useless as a hunter, back then at least, so berries and mushrooms were all he could get. So obviously he needed some coins. He came across a manor with orchards so vast they seemed like an ocean. Lorden hired himself there. A week of backbreak and labour had passed. His hands were covered in blisters, skin red from the scorching sun, knees pulsating from pain. Must say you're really an amazing storyteller. I wasn't expecting that. Shut up. You want me to finish? Where was I? Oh, right. He was exhausted from all the strenuous work he'd done. Went to the lord of the manor with a smile on his face to collect the payment. His stomach was already full with fantasies of all the delicious treats he was dreaming of buying. And all of that was ruined by the hand of the lord holding a couple of lousy coins. Lorden was furious. That was merely a fraction of the pay he was supposed to acquire. He started shouting at the lord, demanding justice. Peasants were just flies to the lord, disgusting, replaceable insects. And what do you do with a fly which buzzes too loudly? Both of the lord's palms struck Lorden's ears with the strength of the ox. Lorden fell to the ground stunned, and the lord's guards threw him out of the manor like garbage, stealing that few pathetic coins while doing so, if I may add. It wasn't until evening when Lorden regained his hearing, and with it came a fervent thought of revenge. Your uncle was quite a capable fighter when I met him 10 years later, but he wasn't back then. He knew the guards would massacre him if he only came close, so he needed to find another way to fulfill his vengeance. Lorden was always ambitious, but that hatred fueled him like nothing before. And what happened next? What came later was me becoming bored of this conversation. Go away. No way, you can't leave me like this. I can do whatever I want. Scram, I have things to do. What things? I'll do them for you. I'll do anything you want. Just please tell me the whole story. No, screw your things. Huh? You really do have Lorden's blood in you. You're right. Screw my things. They're your things to do now. What do you mean? I mean, I'll finish the damn story when you do what I'll tell you to. Understood? Just say what needs to be done. You won't regret it. Here, grab this shovel. It's a piece of crap, but it will do. There are clay deposits behind my house. Go there and dig up some clay for me. Clay, that's your pressing need? You have a pottery addiction or something? First of all, I don't need to explain myself to you, child. Secondly, it's for medicinal purposes, and that's the answer that will fully satisfy you. Got it? Whatever you say. He's got a sore head. Right. Unigos story. Dig up clay deposit 0 of 2 and get clay 5. Alright, we'll use his planks to... Whee! Oh, there we go. That looks like a clay deposit to me. Inventory. Wooden shovel. Number 4. Go. Number 4. That's 3 clay. Another clay deposit. There's one. That empty. Can't tell. No, not one. There's a one. That was 8 clay. Wow. A big one. Now, I've got somebody at the front door. The kids have gone to school. The wife's still in bed, so I'm going to have to go and answer that. Just get back round to the front of the house, and I'll pause the game because we're too close to the turn of season. So bear with me. Right, sorry about that. Back. Put the shovel away. Right, yeah. Here's all the clay you wanted. Will you finish the story now? Yep. Alright. So, as I've already said, Jordan was much of a fighter back then. He didn't have any money, no connections, but he had one thing, an unusual ability. You see, from an early age, Jordan was an exceptionally good liar. No sweaty palms, no voice cracks, no tells really. Calm, steady breaths, eye contact held all the way. He eventually managed to handle any kind of pressure, even in the craziest of situations. But it wasn't that at first. He felt no pressure lying, no stress at all. It was as natural for him as breathing. He had absolutely no remorse. He came up with a plan so immensely moronic and unrealistic that it's really hard to believe that it worked so perfectly. At first he convinced the nearby town's tailor to sew him a whole set of clothes worthy of the most wealthy nobleman. Finest of fabrics, silken threads, you name it. Horrendously expensive. So how did he manage to afford it, you may ask? It's simple, he didn't pay for it. So he stole it. I said no such thing. Jordan wasn't a thief, not in the traditional meaning of the word at least. Apart from that, did I finish the damn story? While wearing his new clothes, he travelled to the castle of the king of that realm and entered it. Okay, now I know that you're making this all up. That's simply impossible. Ah, you're absolutely right, it is. It's mad to even consider trying to pull that off. But Jordan, he just walked straight in. I don't blame you for doubting me. Damn, I would have been first to doubt a thing like that if I didn't see him doing it hundreds of times later with my own eyes. Anyway, he walked right into the castle, and once he was there, he followed through with his plan, which was bedding his wife. Ha! Whose wife? The king's. The king's wife? So the queen. Indeed. Let me get this straight. The plan was to get into the castle and lay with the queen. Exactly that. You were right, this is the most absurdly idiotic plan I've ever heard of. Told you, but it worked like a charm. Still don't get it. What worked? What has he accomplished by that? After the love-making, he dressed up, deliberately leaving his undergarments on the bedside. Told the queen he'll be right back with some refreshments. Then he went to one of the king's guards and told him that he saw the queen with the company of a strange man sneaking into one of the chambers. The guard rushed in and witnessed the queen naked in bed with a man's clothes right next to her. As a loyal servant, the guard reported on the matter directly to the king himself, who, as you can probably imagine, became furious to say the least. He couldn't really punish his wife, that would be bad for his reputation, but he could pursue her lover. Unfortunately for him, at this point, Jordan was long gone from the castle, riding a beautiful bay mare he borrowed from the stable into the sunset. Still don't get it. You see, the king didn't catch the filthy seducer, but it didn't mean he couldn't track him down and find him. To do so, the only track he could follow was the one thing that Jordan left behind. Except his undergarments and a pleasurable memory for the queen, his name, not his real name of course, the name he used when introducing himself to the queen was the Orchard Lords. Precisely, now you get it. That's incredible. The Lord's head must have left the company of his body pretty promptly. He didn't get killed, that wouldn't be in Jordan's style. The Queen begged for his life to be spared, so the King threw him in the dungeon where he spent all the days he had left. Jordan was amazing, all that with just the power of his wits and speech. He surely showed the Lord he shouldn't have wronged him. Don't get the wrong idea about his reasons. Jordan didn't get through all of that just because of what the Lord did to him. You see, the Lord was a cruel, merciless brute. He mistreated all of his subjects, killed for fun, raped for sport. People used to call him Laundryman because one of his habits was drowning his bastards in the lake right after the birth, like unwanted kittens. Jordan needed to stop him, and he did, but that's not the end of the story. After the Lord's capture, someone had to take his place. He didn't have any rightful successors. Then, with just an uncannily perfect timing, came a distant cousin of the Lord's, a charming young man with 2 different eyes. You have to be kidding me. He easily acquired all possessions of his sentenced relative, but Jordan didn't want any of that. Not for himself. So he took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury and left everything else in the hands of the peasants. They were elated. He is still probably worshipped there, I can tell you that. Oh, and one more thing. Why 3 bags, you might ask? It's easy. One for the tailor, another one for the stableman he took the horse from, and the last one for himself, with the exact amount of coins he was rightfully supposed to earn for his work at the orchard. Told you Lorden wasn't a thief. And that was it. He mounted his beautiful mare and left the realm, continuing his adventures. At least that's the story he used to tell us. So nothing of that may be true at all. But that's just how it was with Jordan. Now I understand what you and Unigost were talking about. He really does seem surreal. I can't believe that you're talking about my uncle. My mother used to portray him as a simple merchant, successful but mortal. Go with the second one. Yeah, I was wondering if he actually was mortal many times. Well, now we know. But wait, you didn't tell me what was the purpose of the Undying Fist. Oh, I thought it would be obvious now. On that day, Jordan's mission was born. He knew that the spoiled, rotten elites that were scattered all around the world, draining life and dignity from the hard-working simple folk, and that he was capable of stopping them, to some extent at least. So that's exactly what he started doing, overthrowing corrupted lords and giving back to the community. Sounds like a hero, a true hero. Well, it wasn't like, yeah, I guess you could say that. So how did you join the pack? Jordan was working solo until he met Unigost. That rat's agile fingers could work where Jordan's tongue didn't, and then they needed someone with other talents they were lacking, like strength, manliness, bravery, independence, gallantry, integrity. Right, I think I get the picture. So they recruited the best there was. I was between jobs at the time. So I gave them a chance, and finally the pack started to really make a difference, but I don't like to brag. Oh yes, I noticed. Humble to the bone. Thanks for noticing. People at my level don't need to boast about our skills. Just like the sun doesn't need to prove it's bright. Anyhow, I already spoke more words to you than I did in the last 5 years to anybody. So it's time for you to go, and preferably don't come back ever. It was a great pleasure and a true honour. Yeah, I don't care. Leave now. And in return for giving away my location, deliver this delicious meal to Unigost. It's his favourite, a knuckle sandwich. Do you want me to hit him in the face? Did I stutter? No, sir, of course. I'm on my way, sir. Right, and that's season ends, so we're going to wake up in our own bed. Saves us the journey back. New quest, pay taxes. Let's see how much our taxes are. Taxes 184. How much have we got? We've got 754, so we don't need to panic about our taxes. Yay! We can keep that hooch in the chest as a reserve against next year's taxes. Isn't that fantastic? Right, okay, so We need to swap out into our warm weather clothes, so we'll take that felt hat, and we'll take our shoes, and then we'll put the boots into the chest, the hood in the chest. Let's get rid of there, go into inventory, equip the felt hat, equip the shoes, go. Oh, we can wear a hood. Oh. Right, so we can wear a hood at the same time as the hat. I didn't realise we could do that. We can wear a pouch and a backpack. Right. Right, so we're refed. Right, now let's take that. Yeah. Very pleased the king. The money is collected. The castle land goes over here. Create new worlds and fields. Increases your taxation. Avoiding payments increases your debt and may result in punishment for the value. Okay. Yeah. Grab that rot, and we'll go put that in the barn for him to make fertilizer. Where is it? Actually, we have to make the fertilizer. Only one there, so 8 of them in there. Only make 7 fertilizer. There's 15 already in there. Fertilizer from rot. Craft the max. Right. Close that. Put the fertilizer in there. Got fur and feathers, but we got no meat. Why have we got no meat? Why have we got fur and feathers but no meat? Confused. Oh, these are the new boards for doing the upgrades. Signboard, manage. Barn one. Oh, their management links take us straight to the management screen. Okay. Right. Things to put in the barn across here. Clay can go in there. Feathers can go in there. Dogs. Sticks. Keep those 2 roast meat on us. Right, we're at 10.89 of 35. Okay. Keep those wooden vials for the herbalist. Small wicker baskets, I guess we could take. We'll save on to that. We don't need to sell any of this year for the taxes. Our stone knife does need a replacement though. Got any in there? No, so we do need to make some for in there as well. So we need to make a stone knife for us, and we need to make stone knives for in here. There without water, so we've got to go and do the water thing. Alright. Okay. There's your bucket. Not in there. Did you put the bucket back in the barn, did you? Sure you're old enough to do this yourself, you know. Okay. On 5. 5. Fill the bucket. We're off to work. There. Off hunting. Let's check the map, make sure we haven't got any. I've got a quest in our own. He's at the barn. Oh, beyond the barn somewhere. In the barn? Oh, there he is.
Hail, friend.
All talk. What's on your mind lately? Yeah, right, okay, back. Can I help you with something? I lost my bow, or maybe someone stole it, I'm not sure, never mind, it matter. I'm in need of a new one, could you please craft one for me? I'll bring you a new bow. Now, I bet it's not a simple bow like I'm using that he wants. Missing bow. Oh, yeah it is, it's just a standard bow. One bow. Quest will expire this season. Right, we got a bow ready done in here. You're not the hunter, your wife's the hunter, she's the one that should be asking for it. Right, so yoink. Here's your new bow. Thank you so much, you must be good at crafting. I'm quite good, yes. Dynasty reputation plus 50. And an auto save. Quest completed, missing bow. Awesome. Right. Map. Into town. Pay the taxes. Have a flirt with the with Lassie at the campfire if she's there. Maybe we should have had a wash before we left, but never mind. Oh, we don't need a drink yet. Season, new loot? Maybe? No? Nope. Berries galore. We've got to harvest a ton of berries for making a rot. Buy the cheap manure now to make fertilizer. Help. Running around like crazy, look. There, good. Unighost, where are you? We're up near your house. Oh, you're at your house, even better. Wrong. Talk. Hello, I've talked with Sample. He's a real sweetheart, isn't he? Sweetheart. Sweet as like a jar of honey. Yeah, that's Sample for you. I see. He did tell me about my uncle, though. Story about the Lord of the Orchards. Yes, someone expected the good storytelling skills, didn't he? Yes, he really does. I was downright astonished by that. One time, I swear, he went for over a year without speaking a single word. But when we were sitting by the fire, he remembered some anecdote, laughed out loud, and began his tale. Went from a total mute to the master of ceremonies. The narrative was so gripping it was hard not to listen. He even did voices. After finishing, he becomes silent again. I've never fully understood that side of him. A theatre genius trapped in the body of a bear wrestler. He actually asked me to give you something. Really? And what was that? A knuckle sandwich. Yeah, that sounds exactly like Sambo. So are you going to deliver? Do you want me to? Oh sure, I love people punching me in the face. Around the valley I'm known for it. Would you be so kind and do it for free though? All out of my being punched in the face budget. Hang on, my eyes are watering again. I'm gonna have to finish the stream up soon. We've been streaming for 21.5 hours. I really would like to push it to the 24, but I'm not convinced my eyes are gonna let me get there. They really are starting to get a little bit irritated. Okay, you're joking. I started worrying there for a second. Don't. Sambo just likes to say crap like that. But if he asks, I'll tell him you knocked me out cold, just out of curiosity. What did Sambo tell you about him becoming part of the pack? He said that you were looking for the best to recruit and he was an obvious choice. Yeah, that seems like something he would say. Well, he is clearly full of crap. But isn't that the truth? It's not a pleasant memory. But I believe you deserve to know the whole story. We didn't recruit him. Well, I guess we did. Jordan did, but that wasn't a matter of choice. When Jordan and I started to follow his mission together, we were rather successful. Everything was going smoothly, too easy even. We were doing a lot of good, putting many well-deserved smiles on oppressed faces. That's when we let our guard down. There was a secret guild formed by a few of the higher-ranking knights and barons. We called them the Vendors. Bunch of really heartless bastards. Their most lucrative business was selling a living merchandise. And no, I'm not talking about animals. Please don't say it. Slavery was strictly forbidden in that realm. The Queen was adamant about that. Well, the Vendors had their own set of rules to follow. They caged them like cattle, mostly women and children, forced to fight rats for the poor little rations they were being given in the damp dungeon they were held in. The guild preferred quantity over quality, so they didn't care about diseases and they didn't tend to wounds. I think I'm going to be sick. Sometimes it took them weeks to get the dead out of the cages. Survival of the fittest, or rather outlasting of the least fortunate. Simply horrible. If you ask me, all of the damned guild deserved a cruel and slow death, but that wasn't how we operated. Jordan made it very clear from day one, we were never to take a life. That was the most important of rules. Anyway, we managed to get everyone out. The carriages full of broken people, even the horses kept their heads low, mourning. The despair in the air was even more poisonous than the stench of the rotting flesh. And in all of that, we forgot to make ourselves safe as well. The mercenaries caught us and brought to the torture chamber. Yeah, this gruesome place had an even worse room hidden inside. Unbelievable. The Vendors weren't in their patient mood, so they sent their worst torturer right away. I was horror-struck, truly petrified, could barely breathe. Jordan didn't say a word, just looked at me. His eyes were relaxed but focused. I realised he wanted me to be calm as well, but I just couldn't. He went first. The torturer strapped Jordan to a chair and just started swinging. His fists were like anvils. Every hit drew blood or broke bones. In a matter of seconds, Jordan's face looked like a bloody pulp. The only thing poking through it was his smile. It was one of many times I wondered if he was even human. The torturer quickly realised that he needed different tools for such a unique specimen and went to grab his blades. That's when Jordan started talking. He was making him offers, one after another. But the torturer just kept carving his torso like he was preparing a steak to be grilled. There was so much blood I could taste it in my mouth. I wanted to pass out just to run away from all of that. But I couldn't. My heart was pounding way too fast. That's horrible. Suddenly the torturer stopped. He looked at me and back at Jordan. This was the only thing he said. If you're lying, you're going to watch me do the same to him. I was about to puke, but Jordan just nodded. So he untied us both and helped us escape. There were more mercenaries on our way, heavily armed. No one stopped us. Even they were terrified of that guy. We managed to get out in one piece. Well, we managed to get out alive. Jordan's wounds wouldn't heal for weeks, and even after that he was scarred so badly it looked like he had chainmail stitched to his skin. But we had escaped death, and its emissary became one of us. Torturer, it was Sambor, wasn't it? Yes. Now I understand why Sambor didn't want to tell the truth. Sounds absolutely horrid. To be honest, the nightmares of that night never stopped. How would you want a person like that amongst your troop? You think I wanted that cutthroat anywhere near me? I couldn't get a wink of sleep with him around for days. I was constantly watching my back, watching his every move. So why didn't you blow him off? Simple, Jordan made a deal with him. Promised him the only thing that mattered to that brute, which was money. A whole lot more than what the guild were paying him. And a cut from every heist that we did. Couldn't you just pay him off or run away? That's not the way Jordan did things. He was a master liar. But when he gave someone his word for real, he never backed down. Besides, as we later found out, Sambor wasn't evil in his nature. He was just a true soldier, did what was asked of him. Jordan spent hours talking with him, explaining our rules of conduct. Sambor never broke any of them, not once. That's incredible, your lives I mean. I don't think I would be able to handle all of that. Honestly, I hope you will never have to. I've been through a lot. After all these years, the thing I wish you the most is to have a boring, steady life. I'm not the type of person to get bored. There's always something to do. Compared to your stories, boring life sure sounds pleasant. Yeah, go for the first one. Glad to hear that, and my next request won't be boring to you at all. Sure thing. What do you need? I need you to go to Borrowo, find Ida, and get my scythe back from her. Oh, you need it for the... I have no idea what you're talking about. The beheading? Excuse me? Do you think that I'm the executioner? And on top of that, do you think people are getting decapitated with scythes? I think it would be best to get on my way to Borrowo. Take care. Right, plus 10 dynasty rep. So Borrowo, that's the one across the river, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That should be a quick one. Out the gate and across the river. Got to speak to Ida. We should have known that not to use that answer because what's his name? The other lad we're doing quests for. Forgotten his name already. Alwyn. Said that Ida's husband fixed tools for people as favours. Oh, and I've just thought, those ales and meads, we could sell them to get the money to unlock the skills in the tech tree. That'll give us a big jump start on that tech tree, which does need done. Whoa, what's going on with those crazy clouds? Ida, where are you at? Up here somewhere. Sitting at the campfire, are you, girl? Like it. There's Ida. Hello Ida, I'm here for Unigos Scythe. Take a hike, kid. I won it fair and square. Won? Ah, that little snake didn't even tell you about that. It figures. I don't know what you mean. He only wanted me to get the scythe back. My scythe now. Hey, okay, relax. What can I do to get your scythe then? Buy it from me, of course. Or we could play for it. What's the game? Same that made Unicast lose all his money at a scythe. Haha, the game of riddles. How is it played? Simple. I'll tell you 3 riddles. You must answer all of them correctly. One mistake and the game is over. You win, you get the scythe. If I lose, I'll go easy on you this time. If you lose, you don't owe me anything. You just forfeit the chance of getting the scythe for free. Okay, hit me with the riddles. First one. What disappears the second you say its name? Just a little girl, a tree, wind, silence, responsibility. Silence. Correct. Ready for the next one. Here it is. Feed me and I live. Give me a drink and I die. What am I? Fire. Oh, you're good. Better than Mr. Big Castellan already. Can you get this final one? Listen carefully. I can fly, but have no wings. I can cry, but I have no eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I? Cloud. Damn, you're sharp. Congratulations. You win an old man's crappy scythe, if it doesn't get better than that. Thank you for the game. I had fun. Take care. And here I thought you were going to present me with a challenge. Well, good luck finding more fools. Goodbye. Go with the first one. Plus 100 dynasty reputation. Yay! And is that lass I've been romancing, Olamira?
How is life treating you?
Yes, it is. How's your day going? Coming of spring is like a fresh morning breeze, yada 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 yada. Okay, back. Romance. Very interesting. Today is pretty tiresome for me. Nice weather we have today. Do you prefer sunny or rainy days? Depends on what the crops need at the moment. It's important to have balance. Okay, affection plus 5. Get out of the way, I'm talking to the girl. Stop being a creep. How are you doing, beautiful? Subscriber told me how they prepare ink for writing. I was always wondering about that. Apparently they're using gall nuts from the oak trees. Number 4. Oh, plus 10 on the affection. I always try to exceed at what I do. Okay, never mind. Let's go, because this guy's creeping me out. And Olamira is a pretty one, isn't she? Sort of. Nice hair. Right. Let's go back across to Unigos, give him his scythe. It's an auto save. Okay. Come on, it's taking us forever to get across the river this time. What's the story? We lost the first day of spring. Come on, get a move on. speak to Alwyn yet. Right, Unicoast's at his house by the look of it. Standing in his garden. Right, here you go. Come here to pay. Yes. What? I thought I already paid them. Okay. Dialogue. Keep him again. You're back already. Hey Unigost, I got your scythe. Splendid. Were there any troubles on the way? Not at all. Tell me, were there? I might have left a teeny tiny detail out, you don't say. How did you manage to get my scythe then? With my wits? You're brighter than I was then. Is there ever any doubt? Don't be cocky, kid. Anyway, I have news. Sambor is looking for you. For me, are you sure? I've been told he asked about the one with funny eyes and stupid face. I see. Okay then, I won't prolong this humiliation and we'll go find him. Dynasty rep plus 20. Auto save. Talk to Sambor. Right, are we going to do this now or are we going to do it after Alwyn? I think we should do Alwyn first. Because it's nearly sunset. And we need to know what the next step of Alwyn's quest is. Is Alwyn up here? Usually is in the field somewhere, isn't he? Don't see him over there. I don't see him over there. Okay. Check. We can't see him on there. Try at his house. I'm not running up to Sambor's in the dark. Forget that. Is Alwyn in the tavern? That might be Alwyn there, is it? It is, yes. Hi Alwyn, what's new with you? You look different. I've been thinking a lot lately about what I'm doing with my life and what I truly desire, and I want to try something new. I would like to learn how to shoot a bow. Sounds like a very serious life decision. Me it is. Would you help me find that hunter who sells bows? I don't know what awaits me along the trail, and you clearly know how to survive on the road. An unexpected journey, you say? Count me in. Great, lead the way. We can also ask Falabor where the hunter exactly resides. Let's go then. So, we are going through at night. Terrific. Not what I wanted. So we're going to speak to Falabor. Bridge. Not exactly what I wanted, but get it sorted out. Alwyn? Yeah, Alwyn's with me. Where's Falabor? His house, there he is. Falabor! Welcome, hello. Some time ago you mentioned a certain hunter had bows for sale. Could you please tell us where we can find him? Yes, however, it's not him but her. The hunter's name is Gisela. She lives far to the west in the village of Lesniger. Oh. It's not Sambor. Thank you, let's move on. Take care in the forest and on the road. I warn you though, Gisela has quite a temper. We will watch our backs. Thank you for the advice. Dynasty up, plus 10. Right, so... Lesniger. On the map, that's the one right down here. Oh yeah, it is. So we've got to go through Denniker, across the hills, which is the opposite direction from Sambor. Problem is, I bet you Alwyn's is a timed quest. Oh, we got up to 15 years for this. Talk to Gisela, reward us 20 copper arrows. Okay. Unigos story. Got years left on that. Okay. Farm. I've started developing the farm. Have a barn and a prospering field. To achieve that, I need to obtain appropriate tools and seeds. So we go back via the village, make a wooden hoe, make a simple bag, and clear this one. Increases our buildings limit to 15. So, right. I don't really want to run all the way out to Lesnica in the dark. I've no idea what's on that road. Apart from anything else, berries grow on the floor in the food store to make rot, making fertilizer. I want to get some of them on the way out tonight, way back tonight. It's going to get pretty dark down here, although we could use the torch while we're collecting. Don't have to use the knife in our hand, we torch. Oh, and I need to make myself a new knife and a new hatchet, don't I? Berries? Sure. Yeah, it is. Why can't I collect? Oh, I'm pressing the F key, that's why. Better. Pick them up. Better way to do it in the dark. See what we're doing. Tell which ones we've harvested, which ones we haven't. See where the bushes are. Good berry patch to pick. But we're getting that frame jittering again. Might have to drop it down from ultra. Yeah, my graphics card's getting a little on the warm side. Not too hot, it's just running hotter than normal. But I don't want to risk burning it out, not in the current climate. Right, how many did we get there? Berries. 211. It's a start. Torch away. Bow back out. Right, didn't the bow come back out? The bow's lost its number. Yeah, definitely need a stone knife and a new stone axe. One. So much for bunny hunting on the way home. Way too dark to even think about it. Yeah, drink. But too much further into the village. Oh, we forgot to buy fertilizer. Wrong. But Alwyn, don't block doorways, mate. Put these berries down over here. Turn to rot next season. Something to eat. Check if any of these bears are... I'll win. For God's sake, dude. Wash. Violet. Right, got lights. Cabbages are about done. Onions. Dried meat's getting down as well. So we're starting to get ourselves organised a little bit. We still need to get a new house up. We need to get another couple into the village as a high priority, but clear this quest for Alwyn, and I hope it doesn't turn into a chain quest. I really do. Right, so done that. Cabbage. Punch, punch, punch. Right, so onions, and we got that meat on the road. 4 sticks. I don't know why we've got 4 sticks. Poisoning. Oh, we got a major poisoning. Ouch. Port. Needed 4 of them to clear it. Wow. Right, let's sleep all morning.